At a time where there weren't many golf and country clubs that welcomed African Americans, one venue became the go-to destination in the Northeast. It also happened to be the home of a black golf pioneer that only recently began earning the national recognition he so deserves. Anthony Amy has more in today's Center Stage.
Life gets in the way, and things get pushed to the side, and you just assume that the next person is going to take care of it, or they'll keep it up, or what have you, but that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case.
This history would have been forgotten about. The history was buried almost.
It has stood here since the 1700s, an old farmhouse perched on a 9-hole golf course in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, 30 miles southwest of New York City. In 2013, the township considered demolishing the beaten-down building, but that was before the preservers came along and reminded everyone what a grand place this used to be.
In my research, I've come to learn that this was the first black-owned country club in the United States.
In 1921, this was home to an all-white country club looking to expand, but the 30-acre property was bordered mostly by minority families. So in stepped a group of prominent black investors known as the Progressive Realty Company, and Shady Rests was born.
This was the most popular African-American venue on the eastern seaboard. From Maine to Florida, people traveled to come here.
The African-American community made a way out of no way. There was no place, a safe place, for African Americans to come, to play, enjoy, socialize, to network, as now we call it. This was the place to be.
Shady Rests was a home, away from home, where you could just enjoy yourself.
I just can't imagine living during that time when, you're told that you can't do this and you can't do that, you can't go here and you can't go there. And this is the reason why the Shady Rests came to be, because they got tired of hearing the word, you can't.
There were other golf courses run by African Americans at the time, but Shady Rests marked the first black-owned and operated private country club in the U.S. It catered to the elite and featured golf, tennis, and other sports. Plus, it had all the amenities and top-tier entertainment.
Ella Fitzgerald, Duke Ellington, Cab Calloway, Sarah Vaughan, W.E.B. Du Bois, Louis Armstrong. This was only a black-only club, so the white folks were standing outside on the road listening while the black folks were inside having a good time.
This clubhouse is all that remains of Shady Rests. In 1964, the course went public and became Scotch Hills Country Club. For nearly a decade now, Sylvia Hicks and her committee have fought to restore, preserve, and promote these hallowed grounds, even applying for national landmark status this year.
It's just a great accomplishment just to keep something, and to give honor to the past, and to give honor to those people that had the vision to create a way out of no way.
Protecting the legacy of Shady Rests also meant championing a little-known pioneer who called this place home for nearly 30 years, John Shippen Jr.
You ask the average person, they don't know about John Shippen. To this day, they don't know.
John Shippen was the resident pro golfer. He was the groundskeeper. He lived here. Just about everybody that played here and worked here did not know who he was. They just knew him as Ship.
Ship just happened to be the country's first American-born golf pro, a job typically held by immigrants from Europe in the late 1800s. He gave lessons to wealthy members, helped maintain the course, and even constructed golf clubs.
This is the club that John Shippen made in 1900. His name is in the face of it. It says J.M. Shippen. It's a smooth face, gooseneck, wooden shaft putter with a leather grip.
Shippen not only taught the game, he played it, and played it exceptionally well. He was a caddy at the famed Shinnecock Hills Golf Club in Long Island in 1896 when he became the first American, let alone African American, to compete in the U.S. Open. He was just 16 years old.
John Shippen got in the golf tournament through the members who felt he was good enough to play because he was beating them. And they paid his entry fee, and he was winning the golf tournament until he got on the back nine. If he hadn't got stuck in that sand trap, which was like a road, like a dirt sand road, it took him 13 strokes to get out of there. Other than that, we wouldn't be having this conversation because he would have won, because he was winning.
Shippen made history that day, finishing in a tie for fifth. Yet Thurman Simmons and his wife Ruby have spent more than 30 years correcting the record and safeguarding his name. Golf was in its infancy back then, and much of Shippen's ancestry was badly misrepresented over the years. Many believed he was Native American, not black, because he lived on the reservation where his father served as a pastor. He worked at the course and later married two Shinnecock women. But after researching Shippen's lineage for 3 decades, Simmons helped convince the PGA and golf historians about the pioneer's true impact on the sport.
People of color don't get the credit that they contribute to this game. Here in America, you don't see a lot of information about us in golf. You have to go dig it up. And if you don't want to take the time to dig it up, you're not going to find it.
A museum dedicated to Shippen's career now fills much of the Shady Rests clubhouse. It showcases mementos, portraits, articles, and his PGA card, earned more than 40 years after his death in 1968. Shippen quietly labored away at Shady Rest for 30 years before he passed away at age 89. He was buried in an unmarked grave until Thurman changed that too, finally shining a light on a life and a first that was nearly forgotten.
A lot of our history in America has been destroyed. So if you don't have something that you can visually see and people can come and look at and touch and feel, you're missing the significance of the culture.
And if these keepers of history had never stepped in,
He'd be gone. He'd be gone. It would be heart-wrenching. I don't even want to think about it.
You know, I'm retired now. I'm 77 years old. So, you know, I felt that I've done what I've put on this earth to do, I think. I think I was put here to do this. Because why else would I do it? I'm not a golfer.
And thank goodness for people like him, because we need to know more about our history. The John Shippen National Invitational is taking place at the end of this month in Detroit. It's going to showcase black collegiate and pro golfers, and the event includes a business summit. Joining us to talk about it is the tournament director, Sommer Woods, who is also the chief inclusion officer at Woods and Watts Effect. To continue more on our center stage, welcome to BNC, Sommer. And Sommer, we need to know more about Mr. John Shippen, because long before Tiger Woods, Lee Elder, Calvin Pete, all the others, not enough people know about his contributions. I have to admit, been doing sports for a long time. I had no idea before this week. What did you know about him in Shady Rests when you got involved in this event?
So it's crazy because I've actually been playing the game of golf for over 30 years. And so I knew of him, knew about him, you know, the history of Ted Rose, and didn't know it to the details that I know now because of Mr. and Mrs. Simmons. And as I was watching the clip, just he makes me smile because of that. So it is definitely something that we all need to know. It's not just Black history, but it's absolutely American history as well.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Shippen's impact has not gotten the recognition it deserves, even to this day? And I guess what I'm getting at is, was there an active push to suppress his record, his greatness? Was it done on purpose or just part of Jim Crow, which obviously that was purposeful, but do you understand what I'm asking?
No, absolutely. I mean, you know, the game of golf, when it came here to the country, you know, it was a European sport, right? And so here it is, even as it relates to the history of John Shippen and his legacy with Shinnecock Hills. You know, he actually helped, you know, be a part of the Shinnecock history, right? In terms of teaching the game, being a part of building the course itself. And so even when you look at the history of John Shippen, you know, there was a lot of different conversations that they didn't want to, you know, actually a lot of the people who were going to play in the U.S. Open did not want to play in the U.S. Open because it was, you know, a colored boy, as is listed, that was going to be a part of the event. So again, I think, if we can all say, what it looks like in terms of how it's been suppressed. I absolutely believe that that's a part of it, that Jim Crow and, one generation out of slavery for sure absolutely plays a role in the history. Absolutely.
And just like so many of our contributions that we've had over the years, including when it's come to inventions in this country, a lot of people that use a lot of household items are because of black contributions. Thurman Simmons, he's done a great job. He's put on golf events and given out scholarships in Shippen's honor in New Jersey for years. Now, you have a tournament now named after John Shippen, and it's now a national event. How did this all come about? When did you first start talking about having a tournament in his honor, and how has it done so far?
So actually, there is a PGA Tour event that's the first here in Detroit that's called the Rocket Mortgage Golf Classic that entered the scene in 2019 was the first year. And so with the PGA Tour event coming to Detroit, which is a black city, it was a lot of conversations about what can we do to make sure this event is inclusive, that we have those that are here because there's such a rich golf history here in Detroit. And so from there, we continue to have conversations about what does that look like in terms of having the event. But we did other types of diversity, equity, inclusion opportunities because I also serve as the volunteer vice chair. But as of last year, we were like, hey, what can we do to take it to the next level? Business procurement is a part of it. The internships are a part of it. But what can we do to elevate the conversation around black golf? And so to the first couple of questions we talked about when we talk about the history of John Shippen and people not knowing about him, there's a lot of people that don't know about talented black men and women who are amateurs and professionals that play this game right now, right? And there are a lot of things that are in place historically that what we wanted to do with this event was to eliminate those barriers and to highlight the golfers to be able to have an opportunity to talk about their skills, to show their skills, but to most importantly earn exemptions to an LPGA Tour event as well as a PGA Tour event as well.
Yeah, and Sommer, you got to help us with that because that's part of the reason we're here at BNC. We should help and aid in this, but still, less than 1% of PGA club pros are black. Only 4 PGA, 1 full-time LPGA players are black. Why so little representation? How do we change it? Because this is our sport too.
No, for sure. I mean, you're absolutely correct. I mean, a lot of that comes down to resources. To play the game of golf is very expensive. I mean, you have to have access to swing coaches, you have to have access to nice golf courses, you have to pay entry fees in order to get in. I mean, it is a process, even as it relates to qualifying school. It's not like any other sport. All of these players are independent contractors, not like the NBA, not like the NFL. So when you look at that, it is an investment. And so from our perspective, in terms of what our community can do, is to support, right? In terms of sponsoring these golfers, sponsoring their dreams for them to be able to be out there. That's really going to be a key. And that's what we're looking to do, is to elevate these 33 golfers that we're going to have coming out at the end of this month, June 26th to 28th, for individuals to say, hey, I didn't know about a Kamiko Smith from Bermuda. That's our goal for this particular event as well.
Sommer, it feels like I want to learn to play golf. I've been saying that for years. Maybe this will be the year I finally do it. I want to be part of this thing, just recreationally. But it feels like we're not welcome. And I wonder if you could tell me, even anecdotally, what the landscape looks like today for blacks who want to golf.
The interesting thing about this game is that it literally, I tell people all the time that it is one of the only games where it doesn't make a difference how old you are. Like anybody can play this game, right? And so when we talk about the level of inclusion, it is a part. I think that's just our conversation about equity and inclusion in general, right? How do we create environments that the environments receive us for who we are unapologetically, right? I think sometimes we get into environments and that we're a little bit nervous or don't feel comfortable. But I do think that there are public courses, lots of other private courses that are looking to change the landscape of their membership base as well, to really do a hard look at what that looks like. But I also think, for us, as we doing anything else, right? We got to show up and show out, right? And so I think that there is an opportunity recreationally for us to be involved. There's lots of different programs that are out there that are social opportunities, social activities. But it is something that, I've loved to play the game for so long. I'm always just trying to find ways to get people to get more interested in it, for sure. But
Yeah.
we need to show up. We belong everywhere. We belong everywhere.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. I love playing the game, and yeah, like you said, anybody can play the game. Playing the game well is the other thing, the most frustrating part about playing golf. But it's also what brings you back if you have a competitive spirit. But getting people out there, and instead of trying to go and become members of certain country clubs where you got to pay this exorbitant fee, and sometimes not able to get in because you don't know the right people. How important is it for us to start developing our own golf courses once again? I think there are still a handful of black-owned, black-operated golf courses out there, maybe I think between 10 and 13. But go back to the original, what we started this whole conversation about, having our own black country clubs. How many are out there, and the need to continue to expand on that and get even more?
I think there definitely, to your point, there are a handful in the country that exist that are public and private courses that are owned and operated by Black companies. I think those are important to support those. We have to support those particular. I think it's also important that we support city and municipal courses, right? And even to the point, and when we talked about this event itself, we are talking about the golf side, but it's the other side of this, Mike, right? When we talk about sports, it's the behind the scenes. And a lot of times we don't think about that. And that is the reason why we have the Sports Business Summit, is to talk about the other side of it. To your point, I went to school on a golf scholarship to my small HBCU in Talladega, Alabama, but I wasn't great, right? I was decent, but I was able to have a career within this industry as well. And so I think that's what's so important for us with this event, is to catch it from both sides of the equation, on the golf course as well as outside of the golf course, so that we do have representation. Because when we're on the business side of it, that makes a big difference, because it does aid in the conversations of those Black-owned, operated golf courses to continue to get the message out about opportunities on the golf course and behind as well.
And some of you make a great point, because the business side is important, but also the playing side is just as important, because when you start seeing people who look like you, the reason why a lot of Black people got into the game, the reason why I started picking up golf clubs is because of what I saw Tiger Woods do back in 1997 when he won the Masters. Now the Tiger is probably in the tail end, if not the end of his career. How important is it for that next African-American golfer to come out to excel in this game, so that can continue, so that we can continue to keep our interest in the game of golf?
Oh, it's very important. And so to your point, I actually got started in the game because it was other Black youth in the city that looked like me that I wanted to do it, right? Because my friends were doing it and wanted to learn more about it. So it is extremely important to have that representation. Representation matters. It's just like when Hideki won the Masters, right? So here it is, the first Japanese representative in order to win that championship. It was major around the Asian community. This is no different. And that is the goal with this event. Like, how are we able to put these players on a national spotlight that maybe sponsors are looking for ways and opportunities to engage from a branding perspective, that they want to get behind these golfers to get it to the next level?
Yeah, you're doing incredible things. I hope Tiger joins you and helps, if he hasn't already. Sommer Woods.
That'll help.
Yeah, she's very classy.
Please.
Lady. Very classy you are, Sommer.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, you just smile, and we love
Give
that.
us some lessons. Sharon wants you to come down
Yeah.
here and give you some lessons. Can you come down here and give her some lessons?
Come on, she could probably charge a lot of money for that, Mike. But I'm a single mom.
Well, they do.
Right. My friends tease me, like, where are the lessons? I'm like, listen, you need to go to a golf professional, because the way my patients are set up.
Look at that.
No.
There. Okay, so I'm not going to be. Okay, so I'm not the right person for you. But thank you. But thank you for being honest. Sommer Woods is John Shippen National Invitational Director. Exactly. But thank you. She's honest. Okay.
That's a Black woman right there. That's a Black woman right there.
About Tiger. That's a Black woman. Sommer, thank you.
Just forget about it.
Stay in touch with us, because we should be helping to push this effort. Thank you. Thank you, Sommer.